Tom Griffin. Welcome to episode 3 of Owning a Grinder. We're going to talk about how our tooling attaches to each of these different grinders, some of the safety features we have in there to make sure that the tooling does not come off when you're operating the grinder, as well as some of the other optional tooling that we have available. We're going to talk about how the grinding tooling attaches to our grinders and some of the features of the undersides of our machines. We're going to start with the Helix. We use what's called a trapezoidal diamond, and these are actually magnetically adhered to the plates, so they just snap in pretty easily. As you can see, the magnets are really quite strong. You've got to put a lot of force onto them to get them to come off, and they are held in there with a little lip, so under normal grinding conditions, these are not going to come off. Obviously, if you go over a large expansion joint or a very uneven slab of concrete, it could pop out, which is why we provide screws with the tooling that you can bolt through the back of the machine to hold these in place. What's really great about the Helix is that it's a passive planetary machine, and you've got these hubs which are easy to remove. So if you want to use directional tooling, or if you prefer to do a direct grind for your profile, the same diamonds can snap directly into the grind and scrape plate. All I had to do was pull a cotter pin out from behind and attach that there. And the same thing too, if you're using a directional tool like a carbide chip or PCD, you can easily remove this grind and scrape plate, bolt in from the backside to make sure that your tooling is safely adhered. But for normal grinding conditions, the magnets are great. So on the 8274-4, very similar to the Helix, it's the same style trapezoidal diamond. It's still held on by magnets, and in fact, the hub there and the hubs here really look similar. But the big difference is that on the 8274-4, because it's an active planetary machine, these are driven in a certain direction. So to use directional tooling, you can actually put them straight on these hubs or satellites without having to do anything else. You just snap them in, still like a magnet. And like I said before, they are on there. Very tight, very strong. You might notice too, you can actually put up to 4 different diamonds on each hub, so that would be 12 tools total for these machines. That's a lot of surface area for the grinders. Typically, we really recommend, unless you have super soft concrete, running 6 tools on the bottom of each of these machines. And then we have these blanks. Some guys just use old tooling once it's all worn down, but we sell blanks. And what I recommend putting in there is not just to protect the magnets, but it also protects the other rims on the hub here during transport, so you don't bend them or break them. Pretty simple, pretty easy. And again, if you want to attach with a screw to make sure that the tooling doesn't come out, you can do that from behind right here. Moving on to our counter-rotational machines, GP500, GP700, and the GP3000. The tooling on these machines is actually just held in with friction, and then as the gears turn, it actually wants to lock the tooling in place. So I've got some on there right now, but to install them, you just slide them into place and then gently tap with a hammer to lock it in. They're not going to come loose. Again, if you hit an expansion joint or something like that, you could risk popping them out, but it would take a lot of force to get these diamonds to leave. They are very much locked into the machine. They're not going to fall out the bottom. And then you can actually see here how the counter-rotational arms spin against each other. So we do sell some directional tooling for these machines. And what I recommend is putting all the lefts on one side and all the rights on the other, and then looking at how the machine moves. And because these machines can go forward or reverse, you can actually change the direction of it, so you don't have to take the tooling off and switch it around. You can just change the direction of the machine. Pretty simple to change the tooling on these machines. The quick connect on here, the magnets on there, All the tooling is really secure, and it's great that they're interoperable as well.